Good morning to all you stitchers out there. This is a special video to give you my Stitch Mania plans for 2023. I'm Colette, the Highway Stitcher, if you don't know already, and I love Stitch Mania. It is just a fun event, community event that was started by Stitchers in, I'm not really sure on that, what date it was started, but I do know when I started it, which was 2018. I remember thinking to myself that I was going to do 18 new starts in 2018, which I did do. And then I proceeded forth on Stitch Mania every year after that and have participated in it. I have changed what I've done over the years for Stitch Mania. I'm still doing Stitch Mania according to the year. So I will do it 23 days for 2023. I have done more of either whips, new starts, and carrying over the previous Stitch Mania pieces that I have done in the past. So that's kind of what my Stitch Mania looks like and has looked like for the past few years. That is kind of like a excuse me, my voice. That's like a Blimey Cat method, which is by Ingleside Imaginarian, and she has a floss tube, and she kind of started that method of keeping her Mania whips going on the day that they were started. I have a book here, and it has my Stitch Mania plans for this year, for 2023. The original Stitch Mania that I wrote into this book at the beginning of the year let me see if I can find it, were just the pieces, my previous Stitch Mania pieces, and the days that I started them in May. So as you can see, when I showed you the one that I just did now, I'm adding other patterns into it besides the ones that I already did in previous days. So I'm going to go through my Stitch Mania plans and what I'm going to be doing. So the first, on May 1st, what I'm going to be working on is a previous whip. That will be Look for the Beauty by Bent Creek. And I started this one, on New Year's. We had that New Year's Eve 12 by 12. That was started, I think, by, Pam of Just Keep Stitching and, oh my goodness, here I am, my brain. Kia B started the 12 by 12 stitching on New Year's Day. New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. And I started this then. And so this would be a 2023 start, because even though I started it kind of on New Year's Eve, I also did it on New Year's Day. So I'm going to call it a 2023 start. And the little bit I did on it is this. Let's see here. So I did a little bit of that flower. So this is being stitched on Color and Cotton, Swiss Coffee, I believe. Yep, it's Swiss Coffee, and with all the called for threads. So that will be my May 1st start. And I've kept these in the bags because then, I don't have to put them all back in at the end. So, okay, May 2nd is a holdover from a 2018 start for Stitch Mania. This I did quite a bit of work on last year when I had a sampler year of stitches for me, a goal for that. And this is Prairie Life Sampler by Heartstring Samplery. That was started in 2018, and it was a start for my first Mania, so it was a brand new start at that time. And this is what I've gotten done so far on it. And that's over the years. Last year I did quite a bit on it. But the previous years I only worked on it on its Mania Day. This is on like a Zweigart 28 count linen, and I'm using all the called for threads. Okay, May 3rd, I'm just going to, oh, I'm also putting in, I did mention that I'm doing some new starts, some of the previous birthday starts for other previous Maynias, but I'm also doing some whips too, which I showed you at the very beginning on May 1st. One of my whips that I'm going to place in here for two reasons. One, because I'm committed to working on it every month, and it's a Sal. Two, because I know that it will be checked off of my Stitch Mania, because it will definitely be done before next Stitch Mania. And that's Sunnyside Sampler, which you've seen a lot. I am placing Sunnyside Sampler in 2 days of Stitch Mania on May 3rd and May 5th, so that I can get my section done for this month. And, you know, many of you have seen this already, but this is on Vintage Country Mocha, 32 count. That's what I've done so far on it. And I'll just be working on, and I'm using all the call for silks on that. And so I'll be working on that on May 3rd and May 5th. It was a 2022 start because we started it at Stitch West in October. So that, that will be a whip that I'll place into those 2 days. Okay, in between those 2 days is May 4th. I thought it was fun. I started this whip. This is its birthday, May 4th, 2018. So it's an old Stitch Mania. And I did it because of May the 4th Be With You, Star Wars. And it's called In This House. I'm stitching this on a 28 count, kind of a pearl gray Lugana. And let's see if I can find the picture of it. Yes. This is by Crazy to Stitch, and it's In This House We Do Star Wars. So it shows all the, you know, all the stuff that everybody does when they're a Star Wars fan. So this I'm doing, like I said, just with all black in a pearl gray Zweigart. And doing it on its birthday, which is 2018. Working on it then. Okay. And of course I told you on the 3rd and the 5th of May I'm doing Sunnyside. So now we're moving on to the 6th of May. This is going to be a new start. I got this at the Southern Utah Stitch Retreat. It's a design by Forbidden Fibers. And she actually, I bought both of the designs, but I'm going to start the one on the 6th. It's called Chicken Math. No, wait. I'm not doing Chicken Math. I'm doing Chicken Logic, actually. They're both chicken patterns. They're so cute. And I'm going to actually do Chicken Logic by Forbidden Fiber. It has all the floss with it. So I already have the floss taken care of. The fabric I'm going to do it on, I'll show you a little bit later because I have it combined with another piece that I'm going to do. I believe it's a Color and Cotton salt brick, I think. But I put it in one of my other project bags, so when I pull it out, I'll show it to you. Anyway, that's what I'm going to work on the 6th of May. And oh no, wait a minute. I'm totally wrong on that. This one I'm actually not doing on the other fabric. I'm doing it actually on some Forbidden Fiber fabric. I'm doing it on Glass Elevator, a real pretty blue. So that leads, I'm kind of discombobulated this morning. Anyway, I'm doing it on this blue fabric so you can kind of tell with the called fors. So that is May 6th. Okay, May 7th is a Sunday. Come on, bag, stick in there. And I'm going to continue on a previous whip. This whip is, of course, Enchanted Ornament Stocking. I will be doing that on the 7th and on the 14th. They are both Sundays. I started this in 2022, and so I will continue working on it on both those Sundays, the 7th and the 14th. You've seen this before. So I'm hoping that that will also be checked off of my Maynia next year. It should be, I think, because I'm making good progress on it. Okay, number 8 is a previous whip on its birthday. That's, everybody says it a different way. One time I said panoply of posies, another time I said panoply of posies, panoply of posies. I am not sure. So anyway, it's P of posies. I started this in 2020. This Attempting Tangles design. I'm kind of doing some redesigning in it, using different colors, adding some other things. Worked on this last year for my sampler stitching here. So here it is right now. So I'll work on that on the 8th of May. This is on a vintage country mocha linen, 32 count. And I'm using a combination of Brethren Blue, Dungarees, Cranberry, Cherry Bark, and Bamboo. Most of them are sampler threads. I think some are classic Colorworks. Excuse me. Okay, so that's the 8th of May. On the 9th of May, I am also doing another cell that I started up this year to get my work done on it during May. I'm going to be doing that on the 9th and on the 11th of May, so I can complete the section. And that will be my other cell, my Day Complete, my Kathy Barrick. Stitching this one on Seraphim fabric. Oh my goodness, kind of forgotten off the top of my head which Seraphim fabric it is. And oh, here we go. Boston, 36 count. And I'm using the DMC conversion. So I'll be working on the next section for this on May 9th and 11th. So that'll be another one that will be done before next Maynia. So I'll be able to either plug in another whip or do a new start. Okay, on May 10th, in between those other two, between the one I just showed you, I'm going to start do another new start. And this is a piece that Sarah Stitch and Mommy introduced at the Stitch Nanigans retreat, a design she made for the retreat. It's called Friendship. So I'm going to work on that. And that's the one I'm going to probably do on this 40 count Salt Rock, so, which is color and cotton. It has just a tinge of gray to it. And here are the colors that I'm probably planning. I did a little bit of a substitution in the colors. Made it muted a little bit more of what I wanted. So that's this new start that I'm going to do on the 10th. So of course that'll be a 2023 start. Okay, so we'll skip past the 11th, which is also my cell from before. We're going to go to the 12th. The 12th is a previous Maynia start called Spirit of the Southwest. I started this back in 2019 Maynia. You saw this just yesterday, but I'll show it again. I'm stitching that on a Picture This Plus Mellow. with the called for DMC. So it'll get some more work done on it on the 12th, just like I did last month for Whipco. Okay, on the 13th, I will be working on Lace Maker, which I showed you yesterday also, but I'll show you again since I'm showing you all the rest. Lace Maker was a 2019 start. It's by Artisy Designs. Since it's a focus piece, you know, I've been working on it all along. So, you know, it'll get work done on its Maynia starting day, which is the 14th of May. But it'll also be worked on other times of the month, too. On the 14th is Enchanted Stocking Ornament again, because that's a Sunday. Then we come to the 15th, and that is an old start from 2018 called Count Your Blessings by Long Dog Sampler. I believe this one came out in 2018, and I got pretty excited about it. Count your blessings instead of sheep. So. I'm not sure. Let me see here if I've got what I started it on, which it might be in here down at the bottom. Yeah, it is. It's a 28 count antique white swag art with the called for overdyed. It's kind of a see-through, so probably be seeing the stuff through the back. Well, not too bad. This is what I've done on it so far. I'm using the overdyeds that come with it, as you can see from this. Most of them are sampler or classic Colorworks. This one, unfortunately, I know I have a mistake in here, so I'm going to have to correct that mistake because it's a mistake. It's a mistake where this goes down like this, and that's something that's a little hard to correct. So I think I'm going to have to go back and find where my mistake started, and I'm pretty sure it's on this side because I finished this side because that side was correct. So I'm going to have to see if I can finish pulling it out before the day I work on it. If I don't, I'll have to keep working on this side here. So but hopefully I'll be able to do that. So that's an old start from 2018 for May 15th. Okay, May 16th, I'm placing in one of my Whipco, one of the Whipco days that was chosen for this month. And one of my, I think it was 23 and 25, and one of those days was Pandemic for me, which is an old long dog from 2020 is when I started it. And this is only how much I have done. I'm doing it on a white even weave, and I'm using Mrs. Seda Silks in the colorway Darling. So, since this was a Whipco pick for this month, I am putting it into my Maynia as a whip on the 16th, on the 21st, and on the 23rd, because the way I did Whipco this year was 3 days, if you've watched me in the past. So, I want to get my 3 days done. So I figure that'll get more work done on it, and it's a previous whip that I'm using for Maynia. So that'll be on the 16th, like I said, the 21st, and the 23rd. Okay, the 17th is an old Maynia start. It's a Hands Across the Sea, Eliza Bell Cox. So I worked on this last year on both Maynia and on some sampler stitching for the year for my focus. I'm using the called for silks, and also this, I'm pretty sure, let me see if I can find the tag. Well, actually, I'm not using the called for silks on this. I'm using a Victoria motto conversion. But I was trying to look through and see what the color is. It's a lakeside linen. That I do know. It's 36 count, I think. Might be 40 count, actually. And, oh man. Those of you who are so good at lakeside identifying, it could be the famous one that everybody likes from Lakeside. But the name is escaping me, and I'm sure you're all yelling it out at me. But it isn't like sand dune or sunflower. I mean safflower or any of those other ones. It's a real common one. So there's what I've done on that. It's a 2018 start, and I'll be working on that on the 17th of May, on its birthday. On the 18th of May, I'm doing a new start. Picked this up at the Southern Utah Stitching Retreat. And it's called From the Heart. I mean, the designer is From the Heart Needle Art by Wendy. It's the Quaker Bees. So I don't have my my fabric and my floss for it yet, but I will. That's the reason why I placed it way down in Maynia in May. As a 2023 new start, because I have to pick up my fabric. So, and I should be able to get it on Tuesday. Okay, 19th. This is a previous Maynia start from 2020 called One Nation. There's a lot of people who have worked on this and finished it. Really the only time I worked on it, except last year I did do some more stitching on it for my sampler year, but about the only time I was working on this was on Maynia. And I love it, but I just haven't picked it up and done more with it. So this is on a fabric flare. Oh golly, let me see if it's in here. Nope. Some kind of a real pretty smoky pearl fabric flare. So could still be on the aha. All I need to do. Yes. Oh, it's cut off. Wonderful. I had the selvage, but part of the selvage is cut off. So anyway, it's a real pretty smoky pearl variegated color. And so far, of course, all I've done is the stars. 2020 start. So I'm going to work on that on its birthday on the 19th. Okay, the next one is going to be a new start. I got this at Stitcher's Paradise during the Stitch Shenanigans retreat in Las Vegas. I love it. It's Silver Creek samplers. Introverted, but will eagerly discuss everything cross stitch. So I thought that was great. I will be doing this on probably a vintage country mocha, I'm thinking, which I have in my next piece here that's a new start. And with all the called for overdyes. Oh, that was on the 20th. A new start for 2023. On the 21st is Pandemic Again. On the 22nd is another new start. My Each Day Row by Big Creek. I also got this at the retreat in Las Vegas. So I'm starting 2 new starts from the Southern Utah retreat for Maynia, and I'm starting 2 new starts for the Stitch Shenanigans retreat in Las Vegas. Each day provides its own gifts. I'm doing that on Vintage Country Mocha with the called for floss, which I will be picking up next week. So That was the 22nd of May, the 2023 new start. The 23rd will be pandemic picked up again from 2020, so that'll end up finishing up my Stitch Mania, because my Stitch Mania I've been doing through the day of the year that is the same as the year itself, 2023. So I'm excited to do this coming year. This coming month, and it'll start up on Monday, and I'm looking forward to it. Some new starts, some old whips that were on their birthdays, some newer whips, and we'll see how many of these I can get done and have an empty board for next year's Stitch Mania. And any of you who are doing Stitch Mania, I'd love to see what you're working on if you're doing it, and previous people who have been working on their Stitch Mania for years, like I have. It's always fun to see what they've decided to do. So anyway, as usual, it's my stitching passion, and Mania is part of that. So I'll talk to you guys later, and not sure how I'm going to do Stitch Mania, but I may do a vlog style and then put it all together into 2 videos, because I usually video every 2 weeks. Or I might just, show them after a 2-week span for my regular floss tube videos. So we'll see. Anyway, take care, everybody. Great to see you again after one day. And have a great day, and happy stitching, everybody.